everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're going to be exploring something that I know is super relevant to all of us, and that's the role of artificial intelligence in predicting and preventing future pandemics. I mean, with everything that's happened in the past few years, it's no surprise that people are looking to AI for solutions. So joining me today is an expert in both AI and global health security.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
I'm really excited to dive into this with you. I think this topic is on everyone's mind these days. Like, how can we be better prepared for the next pandemic?
Absolutely.
And, AI seems to hold a lot of promise in that regard.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's start with the basics. How can AI actually help us detect disease outbreaks before they become full-blown pandemics?
One of the most exciting things about AI is its ability to analyze massive amounts of data way faster than any human could.
Right.
And we're talking like huge data sets here. So we're talking health records, social media posts, news articles, travel patterns, even things like weather data. And what AI can do is it can sift through all of that information and look for patterns or anomalies that might indicate an emerging disease outbreak.
So it's like AI is constantly on the lookout for anything unusual.
Exactly. And there are actually companies like Blue Dot and Health Map that are already using AI-powered systems for real-time disease surveillance around the world.
Oh, wow. That's incredible. I had no idea that was already happening.
Yeah, and sometimes these systems can even detect outbreaks even before official sources like the World Health Organization.
Seriously?
Yeah, because they're able to pick up on these subtle signals in the data that humans might miss.
So it's almost like an early warning system.
It really is.
Yeah.
And on top of that, AI can also be used to predict how a virus might spread.
Okay.
So using machine learning algorithms, we can create these models that can forecast where a virus is likely to go next and how fast it might spread.
And that must be hugely helpful for governments and health organizations in terms of preparing and allocating resources, right?
It's absolutely critical. It can help them make more informed decisions about things like trial restrictions, quarantine measures, and even vaccine distribution.
I see. Now let's talk about vaccines. I mean, the development of the COVID-19 vaccines was incredibly fast.
It was.
And I know AI played a role in that. So can you explain how?
Yeah, so in the past, developing a new vaccine could take years, sometimes even decades.
Right.
But AI is really changing the game here.
Okay.
It can speed up the process significantly. For example, AI can be used to analyze millions of potential drug compounds to identify the ones that are most likely to be effective against a particular virus.
So it's like AI is helping us find the needle in the haystack.
Exactly. It's doing the heavy lifting.
Wow.
So that scientists can focus on the most promising candidates. And there's also this amazing tool called AlphaFold, which was developed by Google DeepMind.
I've heard of that.
And it can predict the three-dimensional structure of proteins.
Oh, right. Which is essential for understanding how a virus works and how to design a vaccine that targets it, right?
Exactly. And, before AlphaFold, it could take years to determine the structure of a protein using traditional methods.
Wow.
But AlphaFold can do it in a matter of days.
That's a game changer.
It really is. And it's already been used to predict the structures of proteins in the SARS-CoV-2 virus, which is the virus that causes COVID-19.
So AI is not just speeding up the process of vaccine development, it's also making it more precise and targeted.
Absolutely.
That's incredible. Now, what about during a pandemic when the healthcare system is already overwhelmed? How can AI help there?
Well, in a pandemic situation, AI can play a critical role in supporting frontline healthcare workers. For example, there are AI-powered tools that can help doctors diagnose diseases faster and more accurately.
Okay.
Like, imagine a chest X-ray being analyzed by AI to detect pneumonia. This can really help to triage patients and make sure that the people who need the most urgent care get it quickly.
That makes sense.
And AI can also be used to develop personalized treatment plans based on a patient's individual characteristics and medical history.
So AI is really like an extra pair of hands for doctors and nurses.
It is. It's like having a tireless assistant that can help them make better decisions faster.
I see.
And then there's also the role of AI in communication and information dissemination.
Okay.
So during a pandemic, it's crucial to get accurate and up-to-date information out to the public quickly.
Right.
And AI can help with that. Like, for example, we've seen chatbots being used to answer people's questions about COVID-19 symptoms testing and vaccination.
Oh, that's a great idea. So it's like taking some of the burden off of the already strained healthcare system.
Exactly. And those chatbots can be available 24/7 so people can get information whenever they need it.
That's so helpful. Now, I know we can't talk about AI without addressing some of the potential downsides.
Of course.
I mean, what are some of the challenges and ethical considerations we need to be aware of when it comes to using AI in this context?
One of the biggest concerns is data privacy.
Hmm.
AI algorithms need a lot of data to learn and make accurate predictions. But that data often includes sensitive personal information.
Right.
So it's crucial to ensure that data is being used responsibly and ethically.
Definitely.
And there's also the issue of bias. AI algorithms are only as good as the data they're trained on. And if that data is biased, then the AI system will also be biased, which can lead to unfair or inaccurate outcomes.
And I imagine that's especially important in healthcare, where decisions can have life or death consequences.
Absolutely. And then finally, there's the question of global cooperation. For AI to be truly effective in preventing and responding to pandemics, we need to have international collaboration.
Okay.
Countries need to be willing to share data and resources and work together to develop and implement AI solutions.
Because a pandemic doesn't respect borders.
Yeah, exactly. It's a global problem that requires a global response.
So it sounds like AI has the potential to be a really powerful tool in the fight against pandemics, but we need to be mindful of the challenges and proceed cautiously and ethically.
I agree. I think AI is a powerful tool, but it's important to remember that it's just a tool. It's not a magic bullet.
It's not going to solve all of our problems overnight.
Exactly. We still need human expertise and judgment to make the best decisions.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your insights with us today. This has been a really fascinating and informative conversation.
It's been my pleasure.
And for our listeners, I want to leave you with a thought. Given the rapid pace of AI development and what we've discussed today about its potential role in pandemic preparedness, what do you think the world will look like in 10 years? How will our approach to global health security be transformed? Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.